Hey home bakers, it's Jack here, bakerjack.co.uk, bringing you a bread making tip every once in a while. And today we're talking about the most important piece of kit for you home bread makers. It's the dough scraper. Roll that theme tune. Hello to you and welcome back to the Bake with Jack YouTube channel, where I am here to help you make amazing bread at home. If you like the sound of my voice and you want to hear more, consider clicking subscribe. Today's just going to be a quick one. I want to talk about dough scrapers. There are so many pieces of kit you can buy for your bread making at home, but without a dough scraper, I think I would be completely lost. It's the most important thing, and believe it or not, there are other ones on the market aside from my own, and we're going to talk about the ones that I've got here with me, the ones that I use, the ones that I don't use, and what you might want to use when you're in a pinch and you haven't got one. Cut to the table. Okay, here we are. I'm going to show you a selection of dough scrapers that I have, plus a few things I use when I'm caught short and I don't have one. But this one that you would have seen on this channel already is the Bake with Jack dough scraper, available at bakerjack.co.uk if you'd like to purchase one or a set of one for you to have in your kitchen at home. Basically, it's a piece of plastic. It's got two straight edges for cutting and a curved edge, which is really useful to get into a bowl and scrape every single last bit of dough out. It's bendy, and that's what helps you make that happen, and we appreciate how important that is when we come to this one in a minute. But I always have a couple on the go so I can scrape my scraper off, and that's the Bake with Jack dough scraper. The next one I have was a freebie from a company, which effectively is this, although the other way around. Well, it doesn't really matter because you just turn over anyway, but it's a big version of this, and I've been quite accustomed to using this when I'm mixing up more dough than normal, because it's big, and if there's enough requests for it, I'll have this made in this size, because that's quite easy to do. I wasn't sure if anybody would want it, but I use this one quite a bit because it's the same. Scoops out the bowl nicely. It's got a long edge and a short edge for cutting, and that is the large plastic dough scraper. The next one we have is this one. It's made out of wood. I made this because I wanted to replicate that. I thought it'd be a cool idea if I could replicate that in wood form. And it was a cool idea because look how cool it is, and unfortunately it doesn't really function very well. It doesn't get in the bowl very easily. It's quite sticky. I did wax it to try and sort that out, but maybe this is a prototype possibly of a future wooden dough scraper. Other than that, I'd probably go with a plastic because it's more flexible. Now we're into metal territory. This is a nice one I picked up. It's rather lovely. It obviously doesn't get into the bowl. This is good for the table. It's quite aggressive to have these at your kitchen at home because they're quite sharp, and I do worry about my sides, which is why I normally use the plastic one. In fact, I did file down the edge of this just to make it a bit rounded, a bit smoother, so it wouldn't cut into my table just in case. I rarely use stuff like this. Normally I use them for cleaning because they're solid and rigid. If there's dough stuck to the table, that's what I use them for. But there you go, there's the metal one. Next one is, this is a special one. This is a Campbell's dough knife. If you are on Instagram, you'll be familiar with this. It's got a non-stick coating on it, which is rather splendid. Truth be told, I don't use this either, but it would be helpful if you're making sourdough and you've got a big dough and you're dividing it up and you're trying to get some tension onto the surface of the dough by using the friction on the table. This is what that's really good for. I rarely go there. In fact, I hardly ever go there. And I normally have a plastic one on me anyway, but these are really lovely, really solid, good quality, non-stick thing. Now, if you're caught short, here's a few things you might want to use. This is a rubber spatula, but in my opinion, this is a little bit too flexible for its own good, to be honest with you. You can't really cut down the side of a bowl with it because it's bendy. So probably don't use that one. This is what I normally go for. If someone's got one of these, or if it's got a flat edge on it, a fish slice or an egg scoop, depending on how you look at it. These are quite useful and quite handy to get in there. You can use this edge like that, or that edge like that. If you're really caught short, you know, that's what you can use if you've got one of those around. And if you're even more caught short, you can use a credit card, or in my case, a library cards. I'm not showing you my credit cards. And it's not because I don't trust you, don't take it personally. It's just probably not a good idea to pop them all over the internet. But these are library cards and these are quite useful. if you really are caught short, I've used these at festivals before when I've gone without dough scraping. I've got to make some dough on the fly, popped out the old credit card or the library card, and that's really helped me out. Make sure you use something. It doesn't matter if it gets snapped in half, because that sometimes happens. But there you go. There's a selection for you of dough scrapers. They're really useful for scooping out a bowl, for mixing, for cutting on the flat edges, for cleaning up your table. I wouldn't be without one, and if I was, I'd use a library card or a credit card. Essential piece of kit that every homemaker needs. And there it is. I told you it was going to be quick. I hope this video has helped you out. If you want to get a Bake with Jack dough scraper, you can at bakewithjack.co.uk/shop if you haven't got one already. You won't be getting a wooden one there. Maybe come 2025, I would have nailed this design and we would all have wooden ones. Who knows? Thank you all so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you next time for another one. Bye-bye. And there you are this week, another quick one. I hope that's okay, and I hope there's some value here for you. I am on the cusp of some really exciting news that I can't wait to share with you when the time is right. It will allow me to make more videos, better videos, and more thorough videos for you, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. See you soon.